What up, guys? I was gonna be doing the Tony Stark Iron Man issue 2 review today, but then this bad boy showed up at my door and I got a little sidetracked. I've read Tony Stark Iron Man number 2 and I have my thoughts on it, but I will do that in the next video, because right now I have some serious things I want to get off my chest about this. You know what I was saying about Red Hood having a big impact? He just shattered the mirror right now. As you can see, I got the standard cover because I thought it was kind of badass having like the Outlaws in the broken monocle. So yeah, I thought that was a badass cover. It was better than the variant. So yeah, I picked that up. And the opening shot we get is the new Outlaws, Artemis and Bizarro, with the old Outlaws, Starfire. We all know who Starfire is. She's the hot chick with the fire blazing behind her. I don't need to point. Pretty obvious. And then we have Arsenal, Jay's long-term friend, and they're going in to fight against something, and for some reason we have Bizarro's imaginary friend pop up. The fuck? And Artemis even talks to him. I was under the impression okay, and then from what it looks like, they're going up against the Legion of Doom! Finally! The Outlaws are taking on A-listers! Lobdell, thank you for finally realising what these characters are capable of. Thank you! We have Cyborg Superman, Gorilla Grodd, Joker, Bane, Sinestro, all put down by Red Hood, Starfire, Arsenal, Bizarro, and Artemis. No Batman, no Superman, no Justice League, just these guys. Clearing up house. In my mind, Red Hood has always been an A-lister hero. B-lister at minimum. But so many writers write him as less than that, and it's really a discredit. But this puts him up there as A-level status. And what it sets up next, it puts him up there as A-level. He ain't no joke no more. He ain't no joke. I mean, literally, you don't see these guys get beat. They mostly get beat off panel, which sucks. I would take an entire issue of watching the old and new Outlaws work together to take these guys out. Maybe we'll get it one day, but then we cut to Starfire freaking absolutely knocking tar out of Sinestro. Like, and then we get Jason about ready to put the lights out on the Joker, but Bizarro stops him and is like, no, it's okay. We've risen above it. We can win today without having to take a life. And, you know, basically they accept that. And then we head back to Gotham City. Ice Patch, which is Cobblepot's new domain. And Cobblepot is giving this really bullshit speech. It's so many levels of bullshit. And then we just see a hand with a detonator at the bottom, and it clicks and everything starts exploding. And then look who walks out of the shadows. Freaking Jason Todd. Full gear, ready to rumble. And he's got his monologue here. Like Cobblepot, I was born here. In poverty, to a drug dealer and an addict. I was pulled from the streets by the Batman. Recently I promised him I would never kill in Gotham again. Turns out promise is a strong word. So you instantly know from that introduction, it's about to hit the fan. Something big is about to go down. And you have all these guys lining up to try and protect Cobblepot. And then Cobblepot's like, oh, you're so dead. And then Jason just puts a roundhouse kick straight into his mush. And Cobblepot's like, there's blood coming from his mouth because of how hard this kick is. And Red Hood just stands over him and he's like, stand up or I'll kill you where you're kneeling. And he says, what's this about, kid? And Jason just says, it's about Willis Todd. I knew there was going to be a big payoff from that last issue. With the whole... Then we get some stuff with Artemis and the things going on with Bizarro. And yes, they've got rid of all the sci-fi headquarters bullshit. Hurrah! We're going back to the roots. Then Jason takes his helmet off to Cobblepot. And Cobblepot's like, oh, you're less than a nobody. But then Jason grabs him by the scruff and he's like, do you know how sick I am of this merry-go-round? The catch and release. And Cobblepot's like, little late in the game for recognitions, kid. And he's like, it's not a game, Cuts. Every life you destroy ruins 5 others. And he's like, so I'm prolific. Should I apologise for that? And Jason's like, I didn't come here to listen to you say you're sorry. To hear you beg for your life. I'm not going to arrest you. Just so some corrupt judge lets you walk out of jail an hour later. I'm here to end this tonight. Call back to Under the Hood with his wording. This is the way Red Hood should be written. Not that crap we had in the wedding issue. This. And then he's like, to end you. We get a very badass shot of him pointing the gun at him. And Cobblepot's, put your gun away. Nobody else believes you have the stones to pull the trigger. You can play it being one of the bad guys all you want, but at the end of the day, you're just a kid playing dress up. And then some police show up. They've got him surrounded. Smoke grenades. And they're like, put the gun down, Red Hood. And then Cobblepot's like, relax, officer, he's harmless, just another brat. And then Jason looks down at him and he's like, I'll let you into a little secret, Cobblepot. Puts the gun right next to his face. I'm my father's son. Then you hear, blam. Blood spurts up over the helmet and the monocle smashes to the ground with blood on it. Just, honestly, they didn't even have to show it. Just the... And also, blood! Blood in a Red Hood comic! How long has it been since we've seen this? The whole of Rebirth, it's been sterile clean. And now we've got some blood. Advertisement for Superman issue 1. I haven't heard good things about that, but we'll skip over. We get a resolvement to the Artemis and Bizarro thing. Then we get Jason speeding off on a police bike away from the police. And he's basically like, he escapes them and he radios Artemis and he's like, if you can hear me, I'm mucked up big time and down here. And then he's like, my god, because he realizes their base is on fire. And then we get a shot of Batman overlooking the recording. And Alfred's like, Master, Dick and Timothy are on the phone, sir. Others as well. They're asking what they should do. And then we get a big ass shot of Batman chucking on the cowl and walking out of the Batcave. Tell them to stand down. I'll bring him in. Lobdell, I'm sorry I ever doubted you could write a Red Hood comic. You know how I said the first story arc of this Rebirth one is the best he's written. If I had a hat on right now, I'd eat it. Honestly, just... This is the feeling I should get when I read a Red Hood comic. He's my favourite anti-hero in DC. I should be pumped reading this. This puts the wedding issue to shame. Okay. Right then. Let me try and find... Words, Scott Lobdell. Dexter... Soy? I can't be saying that right. But honestly, you guys that did the colour and the art, top draw to you, honestly. It's some of the best art in DC right now. The cover's a little wonky, but I'll forgive it because it's cool choreographed. Looks cool. Kind of like the broken monocle with the team members in it. And I also like the text on the cover. Heroes don't kill, but they're not heroes. I think it's kind of fitting for the tone of the issue. And just guys, can I just say how good it is to have Jason's old friends back, Starfire, Arsenal? Because I mean, personally, if you ask me, that team on paper should have worked more than this team. So it's good to see them back. Hopefully we'll get some more interactions with them. He felt a lot more like actual friends with those guys, whereas these new guys, Artemis and Bizarro, he seems very lukewarm. I mean, Bizarro he cares about, obviously, because he kind of self-projects, seeing his own suffering in Bizarro, so he kind of like... But Artemis, sometimes I get the feeling he couldn't care less. I mean, that whole Valentine's Day issue thing, which was really cringy, was just a way for them to talk in private with whiteboards in the Batcave. But, you know, it wasn't like oh, we'll go out for a drink and hang out and then go and do it. Like, you know, it's, you know, but Roy and Corey are his friends. Like, he's known Roy since he was Robin in this new continuity. And, like, you know, they've kind of stuck out for each other since then, kind of thing. Like, looked after each other. And, you know, he even went back to Karak, the one place he would never want to go, the place he died just to save his mate's ass. Like, I think that kind of shows how much more he cares about those two as friends than he does with this new team. So, ultimately, we see more of them. Because I know Arsenal's going to be in the annual, so I'm looking forward to that, annual 2. Arsenal is on the cover, so maybe, I have a theory. He's going to fight Batman in issue 25. Because they promised us a long issue for 25. I will even read the text. Like, literally, even Lobdell is hyped for this. Even Lobdell is hyped for what's next. Next issue, the double-sized epic 25 years in the making. Redouble Dog, dare you not be back in 30 days for Over and Outlaws. So, is that what the new story arc's called? Also, we got an advertisement. I'll talk about the Justice League Dark in a minute. Because we got an advertisement for that. That is brought to my attention. But I must admit, I saw this coming ever since the whole promise thing came into play. I'm kind of like, eventually Jason's going to do something that's going to break the promise, and Batman's going to come after him. And, you know, we're going to really see who his friends are then. Because the people who couldn't care less are probably going to back off, because they're like, I don't want to deal with Batman. But his real friends are going to be like, no, Bruce, you're the one in the wrong. He just does things differently, but he wants the same ends, and you're harassing him. You're the one in the wrong, Bruce. Can't you see that? And I mean, to be honest, what would be really cool is if he gets locked up in 25, have a copper turn around to him and say, look, if I was having my way, I'd unlock this cell door and let you walk out of here. Because you've done this city a service putting Cobblepot down. Like, show that not everyone in the police force agrees with Batman. I mean, because naturally you'd have that. You'd have some police officers that are like, yeah, I agree with Red Hood. He puts these people down, and it makes less work for us. It makes our life a lot easier. We don't have to worry about maniacs with fear gas because of Red Hood. Like, because he will eventually catch Crane and put Crane down. Like, you know, and when that day does come, we no longer have to worry about fear gas. Unless it falls into somebody else's hands. You know. And so, you know, kind of have that. And kind of have it where there's a cop where he can have like a kind of similar sort of relationship where Jim Gordon has with him. I think that would be cool. Kind of have a cop that slips him information on the side. Be a bit like, yo, you know how you wanted information on Dent? Yeah, he's going to be moving. We got a raid plan tomorrow night. If you can get there before us, you know, nudge nudge. Yeah, it's like, yeah, because his base is actually underneath the police station. It's a disused bunker underneath the police station. In this. So I have a feeling he'll be going back to using his old base now that super sci-fi one's gone. And I'm kind of glad that super sci-fi one's gone because it didn't fit tonally. And it was why I was starting to get concerned this series was going to jump the shark again like it did before. But it hasn't done now, and it has definitely... It's planted its feet in the ground. I'm a Red Hood comic. I know what I'm doing. Like, I must admit, even if you don't like Red Hood, buy 250 for Batman. Because, I mean, literally, Batman in this series is Batman. Whereas Tom King's Batman, no. Tom King's Batman would just be like, oh, yeah. Sure thing, Jason. Yeah. I'm too busy moping about Catwoman jilting me. You do your thing, yeah? Just don't kill Joker, yeah? Just do your thing. What? No, you killed Cobblepot. Oh, that's sad. Like, I probably couldn't beat you anyway. I mean, I couldn't even beat Joker without Catwoman helping me. No, but literally, Batman in this series, he sees Cobblepot put a bullet in. He sees Jason put a Cobblepot. Blah. Words. Come to me, please. He sees Jason put a bullet in Cobblepot's head, and he's instantly cowl-awed out the chair. I'm bringing him in. That's Batman. Batman and Jason have always locked horns over the idea of killing. Because Jason believes it's a necessary evil, whereas Bruce thinks it's evil regardless of what reason you have for it. And as such, they've always argued, they've always locked heads, they've always fought. And bringing that element back, even though he's supposed to be a member of the Bat family, that'll be interesting, and it'll... Also, it could cause divisions in the Bat family, because you have certain members that see Jason as a brother or a friend, and they're going to be conflicted. Let's be honest, if he brings Batgirl or Tim or Nightwing, like, any of the Bat family members that know Jason personally, they're going to be conflicted. They're going to be like, do I actually fight, or do I sit this out and let Bruce handle this? Like, because I know for a fact... Barbara and Richard, this is probably more going to affect, because Tim came in after Jason was Robin, so Tim's going to be very much, Jason is this way, he needs help. Whereas I think Barbara and Richard would be very much, I remember the way he used to be. And do I really want to throw away any kind of relationship I have with him? Just in case, give it a few years, he might go back to being that way. Anyway, I'll see you guys. I got a phone call. Anyway, guys, I'm sorry about that. Cold callers. What can you do with them, mate? bloody nuisance. Right, anyway, closing thoughts. Really good comic. Really good comic. Words are failing me again. Words fail me to describe how good this thing is. Just, I have one complaint. One. Who the fuck is this guy? I mean, honestly, you could have taken that out and used one of the more recognizable guest characters from the New 52. I'm pretty sure he was a guest character in New 52. He helped the team one time. I'm pretty sure you could switch him out for Rose. Because I'm pretty sure most people would recognize Rose. And also, I'm pretty sure Jason would be more comfortable relying on someone who knows him a bit more personally than someone who just randomly helped them out one time. So, yeah. I don't know. And also, this guy doesn't have a problem with killing, so it would basically be the same effect. So, I mean, hell, you could have even had an argument if Rose was in here. Like, Bizarro goes no, pushes the gun away, and Rose is like, what the fuck? If you shoot him, you prove to Batman everything you've said these past few years is correct. What are you waiting for? Just shoot him. Like, and then you kind of have this moment where Jason has to choose who does he side with. And it could kind of leave an impact. Like, if he had have done no and put the gun away, then Rose could have walked off like, what the fuck? I thought you actually had balls. I thought you were actually willing to do what needed to be done, but I guess I was wrong. Don't call me again unless you've decided you're willing to do what's needed. You know, kind of like actually create a bit of conflict and actually kind of have Jason, like, have a catalyst to him just walking up to Penguin and shooting him. I mean, like, yeah, the whole stuff with his father would be having piss and vinegar running through his veins, but I don't think his old man would be the last straw. Because for a long time he hated his father. He hated both his parents. Bruce as his adopted father and his biological father, Willis. You know, he hated both of them for a pretty substantial amount of time. And both for different reasons. So I think maybe having somebody else who's in a similar boat to him turn around and say, what the hell, I thought you actually knew what had to be done, but now you're just like Batman, you're a coward. Like, having someone turn around and say that to him might be a bit like, shit, I've lost my way keeping this promise to Bruce. This isn't what I am. You know, I'm the guy who gets results, whether Bruce likes it or not. And I've just turned my back on that to keep him off my back for a few minutes. Like, you know, I mean, don't get me wrong, I enjoyed it. I just think a tiny little improvement. It's still great. Best issue of the series. We are talking best issue of the series territory here. It depends how 25 comes out. I have a feeling 25 is going to be amazing. If 25 does not top this, then I will be incredibly confused. But yeah, guys, that's it. I hope you all enjoyed, and I will see you in the next Comic Book Carnage video, which will probably either be Iron Man number 2 or Old Man Hawkeye, or I might do Iron Man number 2 before this and then do Old Man Hawkeye. I will do one of them, okay? Trust me on that. I'll see you all in the next one. Goodbye.